Good evening, everybody. If you would, like and share right now. One minute, everybody. 1 minute. Like and share. Here we go, everybody. It is 8 p.m. Welcome to Texas Biker Radio. My name is Mel Popeye Moss. I am founder of Texas Biker Radio with Sons of Liberty Riders MC, along with OG, who is still out. And yes, he's doing well. He's on the mend, and I'm going to try and talk him to come on back next week. I think he's ready. He doesn't feel he is, but whenever he comes back, we'll start the podcast number again when OG is back in studio with me. Until then, it's Popeye Live, and I think we were around on podcast with OG about 497, I do believe it was. I'll have to double check that. So we were getting really close to 500 podcasts. And I am in, Lisa Lee, I am in Arlington, Texas, is where I'm at tonight, in our studio that we built with our own hands and with our own money. And so it was a work of love, I guess you'd say. Something we needed to do, something we had to do. And yeah, we raised the money. Well, part of it I raised by Uber driving. Yeah. So it cost us a few grand to build this studio, and it has served us well. And what you see behind me is all the little trophies of events past, including our cut hanging on the wall back there. Yeah. Oh, you can't see me? Oh my gosh, everybody. It helps to switch the cube. Not the first time I've done this. It's happened before. And thank you, Ironhead, and others there of telling me about that. So, yeah. My bad, everybody. My bad. Hey, it is April 2nd, 2022. And just think about it, everybody. Just think about it. The condition this country is in now, compared to where we were, what, year and a half ago? Wow. What a change, everybody. What a change. But I want to say something to you bikers out there. I do want to mention this right off the bat, that, man, there must be no problems out there because we're not hearing of them. And I promise you we would be saying something and swinging into action if we got the call that you're being mistreated by a politician, by law enforcement, whatever else. Maybe you're being stopped and harassed. Must not be much of that going on, Maybe the people, the law enforcement, and those other government entities are too busy watching their backs. I don't know. But we did, if you've listened to our podcast over the years, you will know that we said law enforcement is headed for trouble because of the way they treat people. Now, I do believe things are changing, or for the good or not for the good, I don't know. But as of right now, we don't hear much, everybody. We don't hear much. And we've got our ear out there to the listening. If you're having some constitutional problems, let us know. Because when they do these things, it is that way. So I see David Garcia saying that he's got a blank screen and no audio. Where are you looking through? Is anybody else seeing that? I did. Yeah, he needs to try refreshing. Now, if he's watching on Rumble, he needs to click that live button in order to get it to come up. Rumble is a little bit more difficult than YouTube. That's the one thing I don't like about it. And as I'm looking at my screen here, it's telling me that our stream is healthy. So, yeah, it's on their end because it shows everything here is good. But just think about it, everybody. We've got 3 morons that are in line to succeed each other to power. In other words, I'm talking about Biden, Kamala, and Pelosi. Now, there's not a one of them that can give a coherent message or speech. Not a one of them can get through a speech without just going all over the place. And over the past few days or the past week, they showed their ability to just be all over the place and not make any sense out of what they're saying. Again and again and again. And just think about it. These are the 3 people. Something happens to Biden, it's Kamala. Something happens to Kamala, it's Pelosi, everybody. Now, if one or 1.5, I guess you have the president and vice president, who has ascended to the offices, the highest offices in the land, by trickery, is what they've done, using the Democrats there. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. The 2020 election. They shouldn't be where they're at. That's for sure. And that's even gonna come up again here within the next couple of weeks. And I think a lot of it over Michigan. If you listen to Trump's rally that he had tonight, and it's still going on right now, I see. Yeah. So right now here in Texas, everybody, they say we've got about 2,000 a day illegals crossing the border, waiting. And it's set to get worse. It's set to get worse. And, I haven't said, that, remember when the advertisements there, when the primaries were going on, were they talking about how much our governor, Greg Abbott, how much he was doing on the border? and he was fighting illegal immigration, and he was doing this. He sent the police down there. He sent the DPS down there. Oh, yeah. Them with their 2 boats that were bought by our motorcycle safety fund. You know, the ones with the 50 cal machine guns on them. Yeah, the ones they don't use. For that, anyway, they made water ski behind them. They're not doing anything else with them, I don't think. Maybe helping people on into the country, because that's what I see them doing. So we've got the Border Patrol assisting people into the country. ICE is giving them a ride into the interior of the country, and the DPS, I don't know what the hell they're doing. Drawing a paycheck. Oh, wait a minute, and we do have some National Guard down there, too. They're being told to help out, helping them in. Yeah. That's all I see going on down there. I don't see anything that Greg Abbott has done is making a difference. Not one damn thing, everybody. But they sure like to act like they have. They haven't done a damn thing that makes a difference. Not one. And can he do something? Yeah. This is a sovereign state. This is affecting our state. This is affecting the cities on the border. This is affecting cities into the interior of the state. And then guess what? They're coming to your state, everybody. And that's the truth of it. And then it makes you wonder, just where in the hell are they putting all these people? Because I don't see them standing around on the corners. They go somewhere. Somebody's telling them where to go, what to do, giving them money. And they're coming here for benefits. They're not coming here because they love this country. They're coming here for benefits. They're coming here because they've been asked to come in by NGOs that are working down there in South America. And we all know what they're up to. I'm talking about the politicians that are allowing this to happen. The potato head, everybody. This is the plan. Little Dick Durbin, he just absolutely said, hey, we're going to flood them in here and they're going to be voting for us. These people need to never, never get the vote. They should never achieve citizenship because they're coming into this country illegally. Is what they're doing. It's not as if they're being attacked by Russia. No. That's what I'm saying, everybody. And when you look at it, Democrats and the potato head, the Biden administration, they're about green first, illegals second, and American citizens somewhere down the line, everybody. I don't think it's number 3. I don't think. Because he is not doing the things, and I want to say he and the people behind him are not doing the things that benefit the people of this country. Matter of fact is they're doing everything they can do to hurt. They're doing everything they can do to collapse this country, and we're on a path to that direction, everybody. Yeah. Yeah. So that's where we're headed. Quick. And now they've set out, the media and, the Democrats are going to have a hearing and stuff, and it's all going to be about blaming the oil workers or the oil industry. Oh, yeah. Realize they're stealing $1 million, they're talking about, I guess it's already ordered. Now, we haven't seen any movement from that yet, because this stuff runs about 13 days behind from what I'm hearing. So, going to dip into the strategic oil reserves that's for emergency and for our military. So he's going to dip into it at about 1 million a day, 1 million barrels of oil a day, even though Kamala said the other day, 1 million gallons a day. 1 million gallons a day. Heck, I don't think that'll run the state of Texas, much less the whole country, of gallons. It's barrels, Kamala, barrels. Here's the thing about that. This is a simple fix, but he's not going to do it. So he's going to dip into the strategic oil reserves that are designed, like I said, for emergency and for our military. Like if there's a war, like if there's somebody that's threatening us. You think of anybody that might do that or is doing that? Just saying, everybody. Just saying. But we do have a reserve that's 100 times bigger than these strategic oil reserves. 100 times bigger, everybody. And that's all the oil we got in the ground and offshore in this country. 100 times bigger. There's no reason for what's going on. Oh yeah, and everybody, let me say this. Facebook. See, I think it was Redneck that sent me a deal so where FaceNeck said we said something that was misinformation. And I got news for Facebook, and like I tell YouTube, hey, we're just giving our opinions on what we're seeing and hearing out there. That's all we're doing. And if Facebook don't like it, hey, I guess they can throw us off like YouTube did. Although, if we get another strike, that would be the end of YouTube for us. So we don't want that to happen. So if we go to talking about the COVID, we'll end YouTube and we'll continue on Rumble, because Rumble believes in free speech. Although I don't like their platform all that much because of what you have to do to log on to it. That video that we have to put in place that runs over and over and over again until we start the stream for the live show. And then at that point, you've got to click live. That's what you got to do. Yeah. Just telling you how it works. Because I may talk about Fauci later on, and we'll end the YouTube stream. Just saying, everybody, giving you fair warning. Fair warning. So, I see Sasquatch is back. Yeah. Hello, Sasquatch. So, man, it looks as if Russia is pulling back, that the Ukraine army and special forces and all their guys are socking it to them. But I'm not sure what Russia's doing right now, and neither does anybody else know. They may come back at them with a vengeance from the south. Because I do believe it's easier for the supply lines to come in by sea. Just my opinion. As a former Navy guy. Yeah. But they're throwing missiles out there all over the place, and a couple of them got close to another nuclear power plant, not the one in Grenoble. So if they hit one of those things, that's it's going to be bad news. Could be bad news for Russia if the winds are blowing right. That's all I'm saying, everybody. And now we're finding out that the Russian soldiers that were near Grenoble, who may have been out there digging foxholes and whatever else, running that heavy machinery around over the ground. And guess what? They stir up that, they did have a leak there. And that area is still kind of off limits. You shouldn't be in the Red Forest. You shouldn't be there. There's nothing around there. If you're in there stirring things up and you kick up some of that radioactive dust, guess what? It may get you 20 years later. No tellings. Then again, it may get you pretty quick. Is what I'm understanding. And that was years and years and years ago. A couple of decades, I do believe. So much for fallout dissipating quickly. One video I saw said that. It starts to degrade pretty fast. I don't know, everybody. There's different opinions on that. Yeah. And, Grizz, you're right. They may be regrouping. And so, yeah. Yeah. Sir Falls a Lot says, yeah, go into the Red Forest and click. You come out green. You're glowing. Yeah, glowing green. Yeah, that could be right. Wow. So, man. The potato head was talking about windfall profit taxes. All these oil companies are making all these profits and everything else. Understand, oil companies make they make their money off of bulk sales. Yeah. I mean, what it costs to produce the oil versus, and we're going to find out at these hearings. It's going to be interesting to watch. But they sell billions of gallons of oil and gasoline, and each step of the way from the refinery, there's a few cents out there that's added. These guys that are doing these service stations out there, don't jump on them. It's not them. They're only making about 3 cents a gallon. That's all they're making. They're not making that much. And you'll find out during this hearing they're going to have. And, the Democrats are going to come attacking them like crazy. And, of course, all the morons out there across the country are going to buy into it. So, yeah, you know what? There's nothing like hard-working oil people. That's the truth of it. It really is. Those are tough jobs, everybody. And I do believe the windfall profit tax may be in trouble. That may not go. And when you do, look, let me tell you, we've been down this road before where we had windfall profit taxes. You know what happens? Because this happened decades ago. I remember it. And many of you out there are not old enough, or maybe not even born, when all this went on. And what happens when you have a windfall profit tax, you get less of the product. That's what happens. It happens every time it's been tried. Every time. Oh, and did you hear Pelosi talking about the president using the War Powers Act? Oh, yeah. He's going to use that against the oil companies, and then they're going to try and use it, or are using it, on the nickel industry. The stuff it takes to make the batteries that power your electric vehicles. Yeah, he's going to use that War Powers Act to control them. We're going in circles, everybody. We're going in circles. It's and one thing I need to say right now, after listening to Zelensky the other morning, and he was talking about, and you heard me say this weeks ago, everybody. I said, to me, it looks like the potato head are slow walking this stuff to Ukraine, that they're not getting it there in a timely fashion, because I do believe that Biden is compromised, and that's my opinion, Facebook and YouTube. There's enough evidence out there to show that these people are compromised. And I do believe they thought this was going to be over quick, just like Russia thought it was going to be over quick. And there's some that probably out there will say, hey, why are you throwing good money after bad? That there's no way they can win. So why give up billions of dollars? Well, why give up billions of dollars for anything that they're doing? Why give up billions of dollars for people that are tripping over across the border, and we don't know how much money is being spent on that. We don't know how much is being spent on it. Sir Falls, a lot of that could be right. Biden wants as much damage to Ukraine as possible in hopes evidence against his family will disappear. I don't think it's going to, because it's all in Hunter's laptop, everybody. Just saying. You just got to have the right people doing the investigations. You can't let the federal government investigate itself. We can't depend on the DOJ. We can't depend on the FBI. We can't depend on the CIA. We can't depend on the NSA, who are out there spying on us all, including me during this podcast. Yeah. Well, who can we depend on besides each other that are here tonight? Who can we depend on? That's what I'm saying. Joe Biden, the potato head, and Will Smith, they both suffer from the same illness. It is called moral outrage syndrome. Yep. Let me get this out of the way. Yeah, moral outrage syndrome. Joe said it again and again on it when he was trying to take up for himself over the things he had said, like regime change. Yeah, he had a moral outrage. That's what that was, moral outrage. Will Smith had the same thing when they were talking about his wife's hair, or lack of. He went into moral outrage syndrome and went up there and slapped Chris Rock. Now, I do wish Chris Rock would have punched him back. Just saying, everybody. It's the first time we've seen anything interesting out of the Oscars. in a long time. In a long time. Hang on, I can't read you guys on the chat line. I'm trying to see your deal. There you go. So, yeah. Yeah, the potato head has no morals. So remember that, everybody, anytime it comes up, moral outrage syndrome. Yeah, we got a lot of Democrats that are subject to that disease. I mean, if that's not an illness, it soon will be. As soon as all the psychiatrists get hold of it. They're the ones that create that stuff. Every kind of syndrome we've got out there has come from them, real or not. There's a lot of them you can't prove whether people are suffering from it or not. Just saying, everybody. Oh, and Joe Biden, the potato head, please give them the damn MiGs. We're giving them every other kind of weapon that will kill. Give them the damn MiGs so they can defend themselves. As I looked at a Russian podcast this morning where a guy was kind of giving a tour of where he lives, it's snowing. There's snow there 4 feet deep. Good Lord, man! It was almost in the high 70s today here. No place I want to be where there's 4 feet of snow. Everybody. We went riding on our motorcycles today, and let me tell you, it was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Man, but we got to worry about the ESG. Everybody needs to know what that is. I brought this up the other day. And Glenn Book wrote a book about it called The Great Reset. I do encourage you to get it and read it. And ESG means environmental social governance. In other words, they're going to use your social media to see if you're on board with everything. That's what they're going to do. And what it's going to deliver us, economic collapse. And it's going to be through energy, health, immigration, education, and crime. That's what they're going to do. Oh, and let me tell you guys, Biden and his anti-lynching bill. Now, I don't know when the last time I ever heard of anybody being lynched. I'm sure it's happened somewhere, and I'm sure whoever did it is in deep shit. I mean, they're never going to come out of prison. But they're making a hate crime out of it. You know what that was? That was a show, everybody. That was a show. There's nothing it's going to do to help this country. Nothing. I don't know. It was a show. I guess for the black community. I don't know. Then we had the Disney out there. They've all gone full LGBTXYZ, whatever it all is, LBGQT, whatever. They're going crazy, and people are trying to figure out how to cancel their Disney channels if they got it in a bundle. Just saying, everybody. I think OG and Amy have it in a bundle. They were talking about the other night. Yeah, like I said, I got I got stuff written down from the other night when I was supposed to come on. Oh, and by the way, I apologize to everybody. I said I would be on Thursday night. Let me tell you, my allergies got so bad I couldn't even see. So I get into my eyes, and it was bad. My eyes were wind burnt really bad. So anyway, that's enough of that. Yeah, so grain and Ukraine world food shortage. Yeah, let me say this: there's no way. Here's my belief. As I look at the map, and has now in control of, I think, almost the entire coast of Ukraine and all the ports. I will say this: I think, my opinion, that Ukraine, if Russia does keep the Donbass territories, Ukraine is going to need at least one port. They supply a lot of the world's wheat, along with Russia. They're going to need at least one port. So I do believe at some point they're going to have to go after a port. That's what I'm saying. Let's watch and see what happens. And I say once again, we need to put the pressure on this administration to give them the frickin' MiGs. They're giving them missiles. They're giving them all kinds of stuff that will kill Russians. I don't know what the difference is. And you know what? If I was Poland, I'd give it to them anyway, no matter what Biden is saying. The guy ain't all there. He ain't all there. And besides that, I think he's compromised. Just my opinion, YouTube. And I guess you guys, if that gets us thrown off, that gets us thrown off. That's what I believe. If they don't think he's compromised, then God bless them. I don't know what we can do for them. Nothing. Nothing. Oh, and the people out there, the people out there rejecting Biden's climate change agenda. Yeah, they don't like it at all. Who can blame them? Who can blame them? Who can blame them? But everybody's got to go out and buy a Tesla. That's the energy secretaries. That's what she's saying. Get out there and buy a Tesla, everybody. 55,000 and climbing. Oh, if you want a good model, it's more than that. Yeah, it jumped up quick. In California, yeah, they're wanting to do reparations for the black folk out there. With limits on it, you got to be able to prove that you had ancestors that were mistreated. Yep. Oh, and the World Health Organization just sent out a deal that says, hey, we need to keep social surveillance. They need it to remain. Yep. And you know, the Omicron, the B2 variant, is coming here. That's what all the media is out there saying this morning. It's coming here, everybody. Be ready. Get out there and get that fourth shot. Even though there are some doctors out there saying, whoa, wait a minute. And I know I'm going there, everybody. This is what I saw in the news this morning. Whoa, wait a minute. Dr. McCary, I think is his name. Yeah. And in the news today, YouTube, it was said it was said that the B2 variant is not as severe as the Delta. Now that's the truth of it all, YouTube. That is the truth. And I do encourage you guys to follow Dr. Campbell. I'm putting his stuff on our coronavirus survivors page. I'm posting his videos there if you'd like to look at them on Facebook. This is a guy that's on top of it, everybody. And he's on YouTube, and he doesn't get canceled. He doesn't get canceled. Is what I'm saying. But before I go, I do want to reach out to the bikers and everybody out there. If you've had your constitutional rights violated, get hold of us. Let us know what's going on. We might can help. Because we are the defenders of the Constitution. And those who've had their constitutional rights violated. And let me say hi to some people on the chat line. David Garcia, I see you there, buddy. Yeah. He's saying he wouldn't take his grandkids within 10 miles of Disney now, but it was good when he was in the 60s when he was a kid. And there's Ghost Eagle. He's saying the vets that are in Ukraine was told that they can lose everything, even their citizenships. Which vets? That's what I'm saying. Our vets? American vets? I just might send that answer to me. Sir Falls a Lot says if they give the Taliban all the equipment, why not Ukraine? I agree with that. They gave them $80-something billion worth of equipment, up-to-date equipment. Now they're selling it all off. Yeah. The Grizz is saying the government's not telling us the whole truth and lying, trying to control our life. That's why they don't like bikers. You're right, Grizz. Yes. And Ghost Eagle says, yeah, they're threatening our vets with that. We need to find out who's doing that. Where's that coming from? Yeah, let us know. Man. Sir Falls a Lot, how you doing, buddy? Jerry. And I know Sasquatch was in here. Yeah. Matthew LeBlanc. Jake Stewart. Said he's saying there Biden telling illegals to destroy every neighborhood. You can bet they're going to do that. Yeah. Wow. Thanks for all you people for joining us tonight. Listen, the propaganda that's going on out there, and I felt I was seeing propaganda this morning when I was watching that Russian guy who was kind of telling about his city. Propaganda is everywhere, even in this country. Yeah. Rider Jitsu TV. New listener from Page, Texas. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. But propaganda is not just Russia. Propaganda is in our media and medias all across the world. We really have to search for the truth. And we really have to look to each other to find it. Because in most cases, it's either buried somewhere or there are other entities that believe in free speech that will speak up. Every once in a while, Fox News gets it right. Newsmax, OAN. I don't know whether they're off of the cable channels now or what. I don't know. I did go looking for them on my TV and couldn't find them. OAN, One American News. But hopefully they have a stream up where you can find them. Maybe somebody will post it below in the comments. Let me know what's going on, because I do like to look in on them. And yeah. With that, everybody, have a good evening. I will be back on probably Monday night as we watch what goes on in Ukraine, because that's what's in the news. It's knocked everything else off just about. Except for when the potato head comes on, he's got an announcement to make. I'm telling you, I'm sick and tired of seeing him. I'm sick and tired of listening to him. And that goes for Kamala, and that goes for Nancy Pelosi, and that goes for Adam Shit-for-Brains and Chuck Schumer. I'm sick of seeing them all. Okay, he's on Roku channel. Okay, I'll take a look at that. I got them all. With that, everybody, thanks for joining us. We'll see you down the line. Bye-bye. Ride safe, everybody. Ride safe. It's a beautiful day in Texas today. Man, I wish it'd stay like that year round. Good night, everybody.